Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised.
Specialized divers continue to search for a woman still missing after a super yacht sank off the coast of Sicily. The bodies of 5 others have been recovered.
Many in the boating world are in shock that a vessel like this could disappear in a storm so quickly. Madison Scarpino has more tonight.
The Italian Coast Guard says it has recovered the body of British tech entrepreneur Mike Lynch from the wreckage of the super yacht that sank off the coast of Sicily. A survivor arrived at the port Thursday, hugging others as rescue workers loaded a body into an ambulance. The super yacht, carrying 22 passengers and crew, disappeared beneath the waves in a matter of minutes when violent weather struck Monday. 15 people managed to get to safety on a rescue boat. Special rescuers resumed search operations Thursday, facing tough conditions.
What they're required to do is to go inside and pick their way meticulously through the structure of a newly sunk ship. Now, when a vessel sinks, everything's going to be where it shouldn't be. That's going to reduce visibility.
Questions remain as to how the super yacht sunk so quickly, while a nearby boat that rescued survivors escaped the storm unscathed. The yacht manufacturer describes the design of the luxury boat.
It is well known that the sailing boat is the safest in the most absolute sense. First of all, because they have very little surface compared to a yacht facing into the wind. Second, with the structure, the drift kill, they become unsinkable bodies.
Lynch's wife, who is among the survivors, owns the yacht. The voyage was supposed to be a celebration of the British tech magnate's recent acquittal of fraud charges. In London, Madison Scarpino.
Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. This is your humble servant, Big Levi, and today is Noga, August the 23rd, 2024, and it's currently 4:19 p.m. Eastern Time, pre-recorded. Welcome, beloved, once again. Thank you for being here. It is good to be here. Great glory to Mighty One. Shalom to all of you that come here, whether you are a subscriber, a watcher, passing by. Thank you for watching this. We would like to thank our moderators, our families, the AK family, the Patreon people, and everyone that's been supporting, been talking, reaching out unto us, sending us emails with their concerns and questions and the news. Thank you, Brother Scott James, for always sending the emails. Thank you for all of you that purchased the book. It is always good to have the book and here and all the other stuff. Beloved, there is a lot going on. Now, this fellow, let's get his name, okay, before we go ahead into this thing. We'll try to break this down as peaceful as we can through the consultation of the Holy Spirit. British tech giant yacht sink. Tech giant yacht sunk. There we go. Mike Lynch. Should we get AP? Yikes. I don't know which one to get here. CBS News. Oh, I will take Associated Press. Might get less. I was wrong with the advertisement. It's just you can't pass this Okay, you know what? Oh boy. Okay, well, let's just take the name Mike Lynch. Let's just take the name. Mike Lynch, British tech giant. Okay, they could have. There you go. That's the fellow, Mr. Mike Lynch, right here. Okay, which his real name is Michael Richard Lynch. Okay. All right, that guy got like a really weird long name. I have no idea what that name is. Okay, I believe those are titles. Okay, those are titles. A most excellent order of the British Empire. Deputy Lieutenant is a crown appointment to several deputies, to the Lord Lieutenant of the Lieutenancy area, an English Lieutenant, and Welsh Lieutenant, and Scottish Lieutenancy area, Northern Irish Lieutenant. Okay, let me see this. That the Fellowship of the Royal Society. Okay, a Fellowship of the Royal Academy of Engineering. So these dudes belong to those secret societies or whatever the hell those people are putting out there trying to scare our people. Of course, all those things belong to us. And now you got those fakes in the midst claiming to be the real people of the light that are bringing light in the world. But of course, this fellow name is Michael Richard Lynch. Then again, beloved, let's watch this one more time, and then we're going to go step by step and decipher through the Holy Spirit what this means.
Specialized divers continue to search for a woman still missing after a super yacht sank off the coast of Sicily. The bodies of 5 others have been recovered.
Many in the boating world are in shock that a vessel like this could disappear in a storm so quickly. Madison Scarpino has more tonight.
The Italian Coast Guard says it has recovered the body of British tech entrepreneur Mike Lynch from the wreckage of the super yacht that sank off the coast of Sicily. A survivor arrived at the port Thursday, hugging others as rescue workers loaded a body into an ambulance. The super yacht, carrying 22 passengers and crew, disappeared beneath the waves in a matter of minutes when violent weather struck Monday. 15 people managed to get to safety on a rescue boat. Special rescuers resumed search operations Thursday, facing tough conditions.
What they're required to do is to go inside and pick their way meticulously through the structure of a newly sunk ship. Now, when a vessel sinks, everything's going to be where it shouldn't be. That's going to reduce visibility.
Questions remain as to how the super yacht sunk so quickly, while a nearby boat that rescued survivors escaped the storm unscathed. The yacht manufacturer describes the design of the luxury boat.
It is well known that the sailing boat is the safest in the most absolute sense. First of all, because they have very little surface compared to a yacht facing into the wind. Second, with the structure, the drift kill, they become unsinkable bodies.
Lynch's wife, who is among the survivors, owns the yacht. The voyage was supposed to be a celebration of the British tech magnate's recent acquittal of fraud charges. In London, Madison Scarpino, Fox News.
Recent fraud charges.
Now to the latest on the search for the last missing person on board a luxury.
We'll get that too.
Of the super yacht.
Recent fraud charges. Now, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike, we will not take any of the word of 83 for the truth. Of course, the truth is not in them, it's not within them. They are liars. Everything that they say, it's a lie. Of course, we do know this is trying to cover up. This is their explanation, okay? This is what they're trying to tell us what happened, but we do have our explanation. What is our explanation? First of all, this guy name is Michael, which is bring us to Daniel 12:1. All right, let's go to the, you know what? Before I do this nonsense, let's do this. There you go. Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael, Michael, Michele, Big Mike, Michaelo, Michelle, Mitchell, Mitch. Stand up. The great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was seen, therefore was a nation even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered. Everyone that shall be found written in the book. Which book? See, this trouble that is coming up right now is terrible. This trouble that is going on right now, thy people shall be delivered. Everyone that their name is written in the good book. How do you get your name written in this book? Study to show thyself approved. So now we establish that Michael, the angel of peace, Michael was the angel that was with us when we overtake the land. He was the one who bring down the tower, the mural, the wall of Jericho with us, with the light beam that came out of his sword when we activate the angel by blowing up the shofar. When we yell, we activate Michael. It did this thing. Good. Now, this fellow, of course, Michael Lynch, Richard. Let's go with the name Richard. Pretty much is the same as Michael. I'll go here. Oops. What does the name Richards means? I put Richards. That's just Richard. Let's just put one. There you go. The name Richard has multiple meanings and origin. From all High German roots, the name Richard is a combination of the words Rick, which means ruler or king, and hard, which means brave or strong. Together, the name translates to brave ruler or strong king. A brave ruler can be a prince. It can be a king. It could be one of those political figure, a president, somebody in a position of power. Of course, here in Daniel 1:12-1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the angel of peace. Of course, beloved, again, to us it's peace. To the others, it's something else. Okay? The opposite of peace, you know what? The great prince, the great ruler, Michael Richard, Michael Eric, Michael Rick. Okay? The Greek, the name Richard can also mean lover of horses, held by the Macedonian, France and Spain. And the Bible, the name Richard means strong and ruled. All right? So, Richard. Richard, powerful, hardy, brave, strong ruler. Powerful, hardy, brave, strong ruler. Richard is a boy's name of German origin, meaning powerful, hardy, brave, and strong ruler. This name is a classic demonstration of strength and power wrapped and classic name. Now, we established this fellow name is Michael Richard. Richard is another word for Michael, but is as a title. Michael the prince, Michael the ruler, Michael the strong and brave Lynch. Now, he's a word that those people use, they love throwing this word out when they were in their power. 1910 lynching pictures. There you go. So the 1800 to 1910, you can actually download those pictures. When those people were destroying our folks, they didn't build none of those things. You see those stuff you're seeing? You see those beautiful buildings and things that they used to hang our brethren? They didn't build them. Those things were already here. Okay, they were already here. Okay, undefined. Okay, there's nothing else. All right, well, they should have this thing somewhere. Only got one picture, Smithsonian. Huh. Lynching pictures. Idiot caught up there. Lynching. All right. Lynching pictures of Negroes. There you go. Get image. No. Let's take this one. Those are the postcards. This is what 83 used to do to our people when we were going through Jacob's trouble, man. Jacob's trouble was a horrible thing that happened to our people. There you go. Okay, yes. Okay, this is Jacob's trouble. Somebody gonna have to pay for that. See, you people standing here, all of you, men and women, with beautiful smile in your face, proudly taking picture while you murdered, raped, robbed, cut off the penis of all men and hang them, and claim that they were thieves, they were rapists. And you would have done those things and you would get away with it. Italian, German, French, American, Indian, East Indian, Chinese, Japanese, Asian, all of you were there. You will take this, the so-called white folks will do that, and they will ship those postcards around the world and say, we got those two damn prophets. And the world would have, they would party, they'll say, damn, good. We already destroyed them over there in China. We destroyed them over there in Europe. Take them down in America so we can take the entire world. See, somebody gonna have to pay for this. And what you people want to do is to just say Jesus, and then all those sins that you have done in the past will be forgiven. Michael Richard Lynch. This is what you did. Somebody gonna have to pay for that. The lynching, not lunch, lynch. Let's define the word or the name lynch. What does the name lynch means? The name lynch is anglicized version of Gaelic name or Longsing, which means descendant of Loingsinch. Loingsinch is a personal name that means mariner. Comes from the word long, which means ship. The name Lynch may have originated from different local families. But anyway, the descendant of the Danites, the tribe of Dan. Dan was known as the mariner. The Danites were the Scandinavian over there, and you. Oh.
Someone is at the front door.
All right. All right. Excuse me. Good. Oh boy, I love Meteor Man. That's all I have to say with that. Now, Dan, the tribe of Dan, of course, they are the Scandinavian, they're the mariners, the people that love the sea. They are the pioneers, they are the surveyors. When we were going to go to a land, we sent the Danites and the Levites together to examine the land, bless it, activate the ley line, and come back. So, now, you got the word lynch, but of course, in this case, we're not going to use the descendant. Of course, the word lynch means descendant of. We'll use the word descendant, okay? Now, this fellow, Mr. Michael, okay, Michael Lynch, Michael, the great ruler, Richard, of course, the strong, will lynch the descendant of those that doing stuff to thy people. Michael will lynch Starting with this fellow right there, he already done. Don't believe those people saying, oh well, he was the British government. He was like for fraud. The government, CIA, MI5 get him for fraud. He's a freaking billionaire. The word billionaire is synonymous or analogous with fraud. You can't become a billionaire without fraud. You can't become a multi-billionaire without getting involved in massive fraud. You cannot become a multi-billionaire without being a part of this fellow here. The most excellent order of the British Empire is the British Order of Chivalry, rewarding contribution to the arts and science, work with charitable and welfare organization and public services outside the civil service. You can't be a billionaire without being in the midst of those guys. That's how they get rewarded. See, they are the government. Up until now, only a few of you knew this dude was. I didn't even know who that guy was. See, the MI5 or CIA can't take those guys down because they are the MI5 or CIA or CX6 or whatever that you want to call it. This guy was taken down by Michael, the archangel, by our angels. Give the mighty one great praise, great glory. Do we really believe the so-called government will take a guy like he was described into press as the British equivalent of the American businessman Bill Gates? Billy Goat the Gates, with an estimate worth of $852 million in 2023. You think they will take a guy like that down? You think they have the power to take a dude like that down? Because, oh, well, he was in fraud and whatever, he win and things happen. No! Those are smoke screen to show you, oh, we are doing our job. We're taking down the elite. Oh, man, the people, we're now taking down the elite. No, they're not. Michael, Richard, the strong ruler, the strong one, the brave one, is lynching the descendant of the people that was involved in our lynching. Those people. Those folks. Now it's time for you folks to get lynched. This is what you did, and Michael is in the midst doing this. You take this tree right there, this pole that made out of wood or tree or earthly materials was not a witness. You think this was a regular light, street light? Those were angelic beings. They're all around you here. They can see everything. Okay? Lynching was a public spectacle. This is not something they did in private or they were hiding. Widely distributed through the U.S. mail. That's when you guys were celebrating around the world. You took down the two damn prophets. That's what you people did. Who's gonna answer for this? You have your little girls standing there smiling, happy, your daughters, your wives, your women, your men, your husband, your fathers, your forefathers, your uncle, watching our men. Do not look at the Negro. His earthly problems are ended. Instead, look at the 7 white children who gaze at this gruesome spectacle. Is it horror or gloating on the face of the neatly dressed 7-year-old girl on the right? This girl right now. Is the tiny 4-year-old on the left old enough? One wonders to comprehend the barbarism her elders have perpetrated. Reuben Stacy, the Negro, who was lynched at Fort-Lauderdale, Florida. Now people are wondering, like, what the hell is going on in Fort Lauderdale? Fort Lauderdale, the name Fort Lauderdale was a bastion of black bourgeoisie, or most of our rich folks, they were there. And our people were there. There was a specific folk that were living in Fort Lauderdale. But what they did to the brother, they lynched him. Okay? Who was lynched at Fort Lauderdale, Florida, on July 19th, 1935, for threatening and frightening a white woman. Suffered physical torture for a few short hours, but what psychological havoc is being rough in the minds of the white children, and to what kinds of citizen. He threatened and frightened a white woman. Threatening and frightening a white woman, the very mere presence of a black man is threatening to them, and they are frightening. Therefore, what did they do? They lynched you. They took our brother here in Fort-Lauderdale, and they did this. They got the 4-year-old little girl, okay, and the 5-year-old little girl standing over there, and their women. Do those women look frightening to you? This little 5-year-old girl with a smile on her face, do they look frightened? See, this is the lies that you told during Jacob's trouble. When our people were going to all those hell, you wanted to kill them. You wanted to take their land. This man was an owner, was a farmer. Look what he was wearing. He was an owner, a rich man. You want to steal his land? You say, hey, he threatened my wife. He threatened this, and she's frightened about that, so let's kill him. In the 1930s, a Negro will know damn well not to approach a white woman or even threaten her. But guess what? That's what you put in the newspaper, and you put your children there, and then you have pictures and photos. And you people, you will stand in your church and say, this isn't me. This was not me. Well, this thing happened in 1935. Do you know some people that are watching there were born in 1935? Is it possible that that little 4-year-old girl is still alive right now watching this, or this little 5-year-old girl is still alive? See, 1935 is not a long time ago. This is what you people did during Jacob's trouble. Our people, we went to a lot. And a lot of people are wondering, Big Levi, what's going on down there in Fort Lauderdale? Why there's so much flooding? Why there's so much shooting? Why there's so much this? Why Fort Lauderdale's always in the news and this like that? Because there's people did this upon all in. The same thing that going all over there in California, Texas, Connecticut, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Mississippi, all over the land. Because the ancestors are awake. Michael is in the midst. And he's doing this. Let's come back with this fellow, okay? Now, this guy was a member of all those rich societies, secret society. You never heard of them up until now, I'm assuming. And the next thing you know, they want to tell you, oh, well, you know, he did some fraud, and then now they're going to come after him. That's all billionaires been doing. That's all they do. How do you think they get all this money? You think they work honestly? Look, in order for you to become billionaire, not only you have to get involved with massive fraud, but you're going to have to do stuff to our people. You're going to have to be 100% against our people in order for you to become a billionaire. So this guy, he was one of those fellow rich billionaires. And then look, following an undergraduate degree, a doctorate, and postdoctoral research at the University of Cambridge, Lynch applied his research in machine learning to set up software company and become a major figure in the Silicon Valley. See, anytime you hear this word machine learning, they are talking about AI and algorithm and stuff. Which the reason why you see their AI is so racist is because they put their information in their AI. They train it. Like the AI that generated photos, and they train them on supermodel, which is very skinny, very malnourished. They do that on purpose too. And then when you put something, you're going to have to put the weight and things like that. They do that, okay? What you're calling AI is not actually artificial. Those people are the only thing that is artificial and inorganic in this place. When you study when you study magic, or what they are calling quantum, you realize everything is organic, everything is alive, because everything has atom in it, and every single atom is a single life. The femto realm, the atto, their technology stop at nano. Okay, that's all they can do. Nano, the blessing stop there. Ours go all the way below the Planck length. That's when you enter quantum realm, the quantum physics. Anytime you see those people talking about, well, this is a quantum mechanic, quantum this, no, magic. That's what it is. We already showed you in the last Esau's Trouble where those people say, hey, we're going to need magic to make this a quantum computer. The word or the name quantum computer literally means a magical computer that use energy at a very small scale. So you got this guy, okay, in the AI, business, machine learning, algorithm, all this nonsense, that's targeted at our people because they thought those little AI can take us down, which is our technology that you folks are messing with, okay? So now you got this billionaire taken down by the angels, Michael and the Miss, and then people want to tell you, well, he was taken down by the government and stuff like that. See, your so-called government don't take down their own like that. Not like this. Or, well, it was a tornado sprout that took this man out. Yay, okay, well, is it? Was it? It happened on the coast of Italy around like Sicily. Wasn't it warm? Italy, the Vatican, those elites that were destroying. Is that thing even recording? Is it recording right now? Is it recording? Yes, it is. All right. Well, since it is recording, let us take a little break, and then we'll be right back concerning Mr. Michael Lynch.
The 8K family.
Have you ever felt a deep yearning for spiritual growth but didn't know where to start? What if I told you there's a guide that can lead you through every step? Introducing the 8K Family Handbook. This comprehensive guide is your ultimate companion for spiritual empowerment, offering invaluable insights and practical steps to enhance your spiritual journey. What's inside? Perform spiritual background checks. Learn how to assess spiritual energies and protect yourself from negative influences. Connect with your guardian angel. Discover methods to establish a strong, supportive relationship with your guardian angel for guidance and protection. Develop your magical abilities. Unleash your innate magical potential with step-by-step instructions and exercises tailored for all levels. Whether you're a novice or a seasoned practitioner, the 8K Family Handbook provides the tools and knowledge you need to elevate your spiritual practice. Begin your journey to empowerment and enlightenment today. Available now on Amazon.com.
So, you're wondering how do we know those things? You're wondering why Michael, the archangel, is in the midst of what's going on? Okay, well, we know those information by studying. We studied the angels. Who's your guardian angel? Do you know the name of your guardian angel? Do you know the name of your celestial family? Do you know how many celestial family members you have? Do you know their function? Do you know your colors, your element? Do you know your numbers? Have you been seeing numbers, constant numbers, 888, 144, 7070, 1414, 1212? Have you been hearing it ringing in your ear, which people say, well, this is tinnitus or some kind of disease? No, those are angelic communication. You are hearing certain frequency. And you need to attune your mind, your body, your soul into this frequency so you can understand and receive the message. That has nothing to do with disease or anything like that. You just are hearing things they don't want you to hear. Have you ever heard of the dog frequency or the dog whistle? When you blow it, only the dog can hear it. Because this is certain frequency, only you can hear it. Ringing in the ear is a blessing. It's not a curse. But if you're on low vibration, you don't know how to deal with this, it's going to hurt you. Eventually, it will kill you. This happens all the time. Get the book if it calls to you. Know who's your guardian angel. Know what your special day is, what you're supposed to do on your birthday, what you're supposed to do when you got your son, your daughters, your children born, what you're supposed to do every Monday, every Tuesday, every Friday, every Saturday, every Sunday, okay? Every Wednesday. What are you? Today is Noga. Are you a Noga height? Where are my Noga heights in the chart? Where you at? They know who they are. They know what they are. You see, it goes beyond, well, I'm an Israelite or I'm a Gentile. It goes beyond that. Yeah, you are Israelites. You are Gentiles. What are your special gifts? What can you do? What is your mission here? Were you supposed to be a nurse? Or would you blow people out of the water if you were to be a lawyer or a physicist? Are you a natural healer? What is your house? Study to show thyself approved. Now, beloved, let's go back to they have a link for the book and the video. It's in all the description. Of course, if you look at the chart replay, you should see links in there. And you can see a link pinned up at the top. This is the book. It's on Amazon. Go get it. If it called unto you, this book is a calling. If it does, again, straight up, this is the key word here: magic. Okay, magical abilities, what they are calling superpowers, what they are calling quantum abilities or quantum leap, quantum mechanics. Anytime you hear the word quantum, they are talking about magic, which they can get to. Only you can get onto it. All right, beloved, let's keep on moving with Michael Richard Lynch here, okay? Those so-called CIA or FBI, they don't go after those dudes. They don't go after them because those guys are their boss. They go after our people. See, this guy was not taken down by your so-called sea twisters. There we go. Water sprouts. Well, talking about the water sprout, they had some over there, and oh boy, what was it? This place name again? Florida. It's there. Could have played, but we'll get to that. See, there is what they are calling orcas taking down boats in Italy. Not all cars. Killer whale sinking boats in Italy. There you go. So orca sinks. That's what I'm talking about. See, a few months ago, okay.
This is Super Yacht News with East Sismont.
Okay, let me see. That was a year ago. A year ago, and oh no, that was more than a year ago, December 11, 2022. Most of you watched this, okay? Killer whale taking boat down in Italy. Killer whale sinking boat in Italy. Okay, well, you know. Ay. Killer whale. Again, beloved, we are making connection, okay? For those of you that are new here. All right, this is the video.
Video of killer whales seen attacking small and large boats off the coast of Spain. There have been an increase in these encounters, and some wonder why. CBS 8's Abby Black shares some expert insight into what may be going on. Abby?
Orca sightings off of San Diego's coast usually start in June, but we're told they're still pretty far south. But they are making headlines in Europe where they're attacking boats, and some wonder, are they being playful or are they seeking revenge?
Yeah, oh my God.
Dramatic video of an orca slamming into a 66-foot sailboat off of Spain's southern coast.
66 sail, 66, 6+6, you know what to do. We did an Easter trouble on this. We warned those people, this thing ain't gonna stop. This happened like 2 years ago. Well, a year ago, one happened in 2022. Well, a bunch of them keep happening. And we told those people, those are not warnings or those are random attacks. Those are threats. There will be bigger animals that are not killer whales or orcas, and they will literally take down those boats. They will literally resurface and then swallow up those boats and bring them down. Okay, you mean to tell me? Okay, let's keep. Give me a second right here. Let me go get the video right quick. Now, again, we did tell those people things like that they're gonna keep happening, and we told them what those folks are telling you. That's not what that is. Or what is what? Oh, they were shot by a torpedo. The Marines or the Navy, some kind of submarines took them down. Okay, no, that's not what that is. Let's finish with this, and then we'll tell you something. Okay, remember this guy is a British fellow. Okay, his name is Michael. All right.
The force of the whale damaged the hull.
This won't help anymore.
Crews had to pump water off the boat.
Okay, orcas don't do this, beloved. An orca is not that smart. An orca doesn't poke hole into a 66-foot long boat and sink it. This is not orca's son. That's not what that is. We ain't stupid. Yay, you show us there is picture of orcas flying by, but that's not what that is. You see, you people lost the blessing, and there are certain animals that are in the ocean. Oops,
you hear?
Sorry. All right. Orcas don't do this. Killer whale. Do you know how? Look, an orca cannot sink a boat like this. This is tactical right there. This is a very intelligent being right there. Okay.
Try to scare off the pod, but you still see a killer whale lurking by the boat. This is part of a wave of orca attacks on small boats and yachts in the Strait of Gibraltar. At least 3 boats have sank in recent weeks. Researchers say since 2020, orca encounters in the area have increased. There have been more than 20 interactions recorded just this month.
Ever since 2020, the blessing is done. You people cannot enjoy the sea. You cannot enjoy the sky. There are other animals that are in there that are not orcas. You people are showing the footage of orcas, you know, going around, but those are not orcas. Okay, we have the map. All right. Americae sibe qualtare orbis partis nova et exactissima descriptio. This is Latin for the Americas, the fourth part of the wall or the orbit, the exact way, the exact description. Okay, this is America, the fourth part. This is an ancient map. You see this creature right here? Okay, you see this, how this creature is bigger than the land of New York, and this thing can cover the entire state of Florida. This is how huge this thing is. Look at the human feature. Look at the huge lip and the eye and the razor. Those are what we are calling sea monsters, in other words, the Leviathan. And they are breaking down boats. Look at those people, okay? Throwing themselves, trying to save their own life, getting those little boats trying to escape. All right, look at this great king of the sea. Look at those creatures. Let me enlarge this right quick. Okay, look at those sea creatures. You think those things is this is Met Agwe, or aka the Leviathan king, what you're calling Poseidons and stuff like that. Those are the protectors of our seas. Okay, those are the beings that are there to protect our land. That's why you can't come here anymore and you can't get out of here. The one that are stuck here will be slaves, and the one that try to get out of here will be dead. So look at this giant animal with 2 blowhole with a giant wave in his back with a twisted tail. Okay, all right, let's go to the coast of Spain. Okay, Spain or Italy, where that thing happened. Okay, all right, you see those boats are leaving right here. Look at this creature. Look like some kind of monkey. It looks some kind of giant rat, some King Kong like. This thing is as big as a freaking country. You see how he's bigger than those islands. Okay, look at this sharp nose creature right there. Look at this whale-like beluga dolphin creature. I love this, the monkey thing that eating this huge fish. Okay, all right. And those are the coasts that you can only go. That's why they got most of the boats on the coast of Africa, so to speak, and things like that. When you go down there, all right, to close to our land, you see those huge, weird creatures. Those are not things they just put there to explain unto you. Okay, they really do exist. All right, Tierra de Patoges, Gigantum Regio. Okay, the land of Patagon and the region or the land or the place of the giants, and all the way to the tip of South America, close to Antarctica, what they are calling the South Pole. You see right here, we see how close the land is, how close Antarctica is to our land. And then they call this Drake Passage, which has a giant Leviathan in there. We'll show it to you. Okay, Tierra de Megalis. Okay, the land of Megal, which is the South Pole. And then when you look at right here, you look at these beings. You call them mermaid. Look at what she has in her hand. Some form of, some kind of UFO or chariot. She has a combing her hair, and they looking in their mirror and stuff like that. We know all about those things. We study them. They are here. Okay? You see how they are destroying the boats? Those are the protecting of the sea. You see how these two blowhole creatures destroy this? All those things. Look at this bird right here. Okay? All right? Okay, look at this. You got those beings that are in the water shooting arrow, battling those ships, keep them off of the land. You could not get into our land. Look at this dragon-like creature that have some kind of horse hooves and twisted tails and things like that. They are not facing up the land. They are facing away from the land. Okay, they are crushing those boats. Look at the merchandise. The boats are sinking and things like that. Okay, those things happened in the past, and they will continue to happen here in the future. It is real. They are real. What you are telling us, or this fellow right here, Mr. Michael himself. Where is it? We're done with this part. Okay, we'll read that. Did I get rid of the Michael fellow? Mr. Michael Lynch, a British fellow, British billionaire. Let's keep on moving. Okay, we're done with the whole killer whale. We prove our point. Let's move to that video. Now listen to this.
It is, frankly, a horrific concept trapped in a tiny submarine far beneath the ocean surface with time and oxygen running out. For almost as long as it has lain on the ocean floor, the Titanic has aroused intrigue and fascination the world over. Resting as it does 3,500 meters below the surface of the Atlantic, the depths of its remains still conceals many of its secrets. And so it was in pursuit of exploring the sunken wreckage that a small submarine set off yesterday morning. But last night, around 400 miles off the Canadian coast, it went
400 miles.
Went missing, with 5 people aboard, including a British man. Tonight,
a British man. Now you got British billionaires being taken by the sea. And what do the so-called British Empire were known for? They were known for taking the island of Solomon, which is the UK. They had the blessing of the sea. Okay, they had the best navy. And those guys are the descendant of those people that were doing those things to our ancestors on the sea, bringing them from here and then taking them from there and taking them from here and bringing them from there. You see, all those British men are being British billionaires, not any men, British elite men, billionaires that are being taken down by the sea. They are not being taken down by accident. There are entities that are intelligent and targeting those guys and taking them down. This happened a year ago. We had an Esau's trouble being done on it. It happened in June 19, 2023. A British man is missing underwater. Now you got this now. You got this British man, Mike, okay? The other guy, I forgot his name. They had his name in there. Boy, we could go again. Ocean gates, which mean ocean portals and stuff like that. You got all those billionaires are being taken down, and people like, well, Big Levi, you have to understand, you need to tell the people like those billionaires, you know, they don't want to pay taxes, man. They are faking the death. They are faking the death so they can go to Mars, so they can go hide in the moon. you know, so they can bring Esau's trouble. Nah, man. Our prayers, our angels, our beast of the sea is taking those people down. See, this is what happened when you don't study. See, this is what happened when you repeat after the Gentiles, which all Simon says. Okay? Let's keep on moving a little.
A desperate search and rescue operation is underway.
It is a tiny vessel lost in a vast, vast ocean, hundreds of miles from land. The submersible was on a mission to view the wreck of the Titanic in these deep, cold waters. The desperate mission now is to find it.
Yesterday afternoon, we were notified by the operator.
Look, they knew what happened. You see those Titanic thing, those submersible. Let me show you this whatever they were trying. There we go, this thing right here. You see those those submersible thing. They have camera that feed. They have camera all around. They have camera inside. They are well equipped with all kind of sensor. They saw what take this thing down and what it was. This thing been warning them not to come back down there, because whatever you think that is and what you're calling the Titanic is not yours anyway. You can go down there and steal it. Those guys were caught. They were asking what's the password. They could not answer, and they are being taken prisoner. Okay? To me, they are still alive in a certain other place.
In a vast, vast ocean, hundreds of miles from land. The submersible was on a mission to view the wreck of the Titanic in these deep, cold waters.
This thing has recorded things. They can see it. It feed back. They got the record. They say everything that happened. Those people were panicking, not because this thing was going to explode. They were panicking because of the thing that they saw out there. And they could not escape them, and they got captured. All those billionaires are paying right now because of what you people have done. This isn't man-made. This is not something they made to, Big Levi, those billionaires around the world and millionaires are being taken down. I believe they are all of faking that. They're faking that for what? Oh, so they can come up with a new world order. What do you think they did in 1492 when they came here? Is that thing even recording? Is it? Yes, it is recording. Now, keep in mind, beloved, those billionaires are being taken down. This is not a joke. If this is Jacob's trouble, then we are not Jacob. Because all we see is those people are getting in deep trouble. Those millionaires, billionaires, rich, certain demographic are being taken down. Okay? Let's take another minute out of this, then we will jump to the whatever next things that we have to do.
The desperate mission now is to find it.
Yesterday afternoon, we were notified by the operator of the submersible vessel that it was overdue, and it had 5 persons on board. We understand from the operator of the vessel that the vessel was designed with a 96-hour sustainment capability if there was an emergency on board. And so we're using that time, making the best use of every moment of that time to locate the vessel.
The crew set off from St. John's in Newfoundland, Canada on Friday towards the Titanic. That's a distance of roughly 370 miles. The wreck lies 12,500 feet down, and a full dive to it takes 8 hours. It is 32 hours now since the submersive left the surface.
This is the second year we've been out to the Titanic.
This is the sub designed to reach the sea floor and travel the depths of the Atlantic Ocean.
We have our control screen here.
On this trip, it was carrying 5 people.
I've always liked extremes of possibility.
Among them was the British billionaire Hamish Harding. This is him.
So you got British billionaires. Those guys are the descendant of the slave masters, the slave captain boats, the slave people that were doing stuff to our people in the sea, and now the sea's taking them down, just like Mr. Michael here. All right. So now we're done with this. Well, this is a diamond. We'll get this. We'll get to this later. All right. Now, beloved, again, don't let those people fool you. The sea is so vast. Those things are in there. They are there, and they are freaking huge. They are freaking big, and they are freaking fast. Those things can swim at the speed of sound, the speed of lightning. They'll grab you in an instant. You wonder what happened. Okay, they are very strong. They can knock down boat. Whatever that you saw, it was in the archives that knock it down. They know exactly what's going on. Okay, the giants are still there. Not all the giants were evil. Okay, Abraham, Noah, they were all giant men. All right, those were, some of them are there to protect the land. Okay, some of them are in the Amazon, for instance. As you can see right here, they got those group of people, eating part of other people. They are eating people, cooking them and eating them. You can see those people are cutting off those people's legs and they are putting there. We got creatures that are there, all right, that are keeping the land safe. Shutting off all stuff there, the Gentiles can't get to it, because if they get in there, those beings will cut them and they will eat them. All right, look at this giant dog right here. Okay, a behemoth creatures protecting a certain lane over there. Okay, Regio del Peru or Perv or Peru. Of course, back then they didn't have no U, they had V instead of U. This thing guarding this giant mountain or river or place right there. Okay, look at this dog, this giant dog that is as big as bigger than the lake. This thing is huge. And they are not putting it here for a reference. No, just like the giant they put there, okay? They are freaking huge. And they give you a reference how a regular man, their bow is taller than a regular man. Let's say this man is at least like 6-7 feet tall. And look at the bow. Those giants are at least 20 feet tall. All right, okay, those creatures, they are here to protect the land. That's why you people won't be able to come here in the fourth port anymore, and anywhere for that matter. Okay, this being in there shooting arrows or technology that they want to call arrow back then. See, those things actually there, and they do exist. Now, what we are referring to, beloved, we are referring to the Leviathan or the Sulanuf. Okay. Because of the sake of this argument, this fellow was taken down by Michael, which commended the sea Leviathan or the sea monsters swallow up this boat. They don't want to tell the people. They say, oh, well, it was a water sprout or some kind of tornado. That's what they said. It was a bunch of lie. We have creature down there. Whatever you want to believe it or not, we'll take this, okay? Now, Brother Racket K, I'm assuming he's a brother, sending me this email, okay, 2 hours ago. Good day, Levi. I had a listen to your latest Esau's Trouble video. Very informative. I was particularly interested in your theory of how planes and birds use the ley lines to power themselves through the sky. Recently, have come across information about a Leviathan-sized bird that was created to rule the skies. Just like the behemoth is king of land animals and Leviathan rules the sea, this bird called the Ziz bird was briefly mentioned in the original King James Bible 2 times. But the current Bibles have these verses changed and altered, so there is no longer any mention of the Ziz bird. Psalm 50:11. The Ziz is mentioned twice in Scripture. In Psalm 50, verse 11, it says, I know all the birds of the mountains, and Ziz, Sadai, is mine. And Psalm 80:13-14, it says, the boar from the forest ravage it, and Ziz, Sadai, feeds on it. Every information I come across concerning the Ziz bird describe it as a monstrous creature whose wingspan can black out the sun and cause a total eclipse. They also say that this bird once carelessly knocked a rotten egg out of her nest on a lofty perch, and the egg fell down and knocked down 300 cedar trees, and the egg yolk flooded 60 villages. So how big is this bird? And I was curious why no one has been seeing this big creature. I've seen a creature this big. Turns out that the Men in Black, Illuminati, knows where this creature resides. If we have never seen it, that means it resides in a denied area of our planet. I'm guessing Antarctica, which we're going to go there. These Men in Black state that the Z's bird, while chasing their spacecraft, was flying at supersonic speed. We told you, those things are super fast. What you're calling dragon can fly from here to from Florida to Canada in a fraction of a second, because they don't use their wings like that. They use the ley line to travel. They are very fast. They are like lightning fast. That's why they can strike a place. You see them for a brief moment. When you look again, they're gone. And they tried to shoot the bird down with the most advanced weaponry, and they couldn't even slow it down. They said the wingspan was so big on this bird that the amount of air it would move on each wing flap was great enough to flatten cities and toss cars and houses hundreds of feet into the air. It is also reportedly has the ability to either start or to stop full-blown hurricane. I believe this based on what the Bible says in Jeremiah. I believe the Z's bird will be used in the end days to bring great destruction upon the wicked. Great glory to the Most High. Yes, indeed it will. This isn't no joke, man. What we are telling you here, this is not a joke. Those birds do really exist. The Z's birds, where they are talking about the Antarctica, what they're calling South Pole or whatever, it's an area that is denied for our people to go. It's not like there is no road, it's treacherous. We told you, Antarctica have highways, they have immigration custom, they have people there, they have things there. Certain people are not allowed to go there. We show you the clip in Aquaman, all right? When you look at Antarctica right there, you can see this giant Leviathan, this giant snake or python that is wrapped around it and protecting it. This is the eye, left eye, right eye, the snout, the head, the curve, the other side right there, the curve around, curve, and then it's protecting this place for us. This is Antarctica. It doesn't look like that. A part of it, is ice. It doesn't look like that. The ice is a defensive thing our ancestors put there. There are many things beyond this part that you can't see. That's why we wanted to show you. But let us finish with the brother Racket. Okay. Jeremiah 25, 32 and 33. Thus say the Lord of hosts, behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation, and great whirlwind shall be raised up to the coast of the earth. And the slain of the Lord shall be in that day from the end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground. So those beasts can eat them. Thus wild beasts will be their grave. Will the Most High command this bird to fly down the coastline and cause this great whirlwind? I'm not sure, but it's food though. I'm not sure if you heard about the Z's bird. I did not. I know about the dragon. I was highly intrigued by it. Everyone talks about the Leviathan in the sea, but the Z's birds seems to be just as destructive. This is how the Men in Black describe it, okay? Being the first ever beast created by God and the Lord of the skies, the Z's is a beast indescribable destructive power. Liz Sherman dubs it is as God's pet cockatoo, which is the Most High pet. The Most High love keeping pets. He have the Leviathan, like a pit bull. He have the behemoth. He has the Z's bird. Now we know the Z's bird. He got a lot of monsters. The Most High got a lot of monsters, giant things. Okay, with John Constantine stating that they would have no chance of showing it down, much less defeating it, with all their resources and personal weapons at their disposal. A statement shared with the others when we were pushing the Banes of Jobs. Abigail Hawkins deduces that the only possible solution to taking down the disease is to have it combat another one of its kind, which would provide them with enough time to use the tablet to return it to dormancy. It was shown to be powerful enough to even take one of the behemoths after Dante managed to alter its course in the battle of rays of the skies and chunks of the earth. Oops. Excuse me. Oh. As it lords over the skies, it also commands its inhabitants, in which cases are birds, and thus it is always accompanied by a massive cloud of birds nearly encompassing it. Moreover, it commands and control over the avians and absolute to where it could even have them attack those it perceives as threat. The disease possesses a vast atmokinesis, which is mere presence distorted weather pattern to chaotic degrees, making water vapors heat up to extreme level and creating localizing storm systems, as well as otherworldly tempests or of thunder and lightning. It could manipulate the weather system as well as doing its pursuit of the Argo. It conjures massive noctilucent clouds that completely blot out the sun, or coupled with electrical storm that disoriented the Argo's radar system. Because of its colossal size, the disease is capable of producing destructive shockwaves described by the Federal Bureau of Control as cyclonic drift streams, which operates on a F6 of the Fujita scales. Even while flying at casual speeds, the disease's simple flapping of its wing can flatten building as it passes over and launch innumerable amounts of debris such as vehicles, houses, buildings, and people into high into the air. FBC scientists speculated that the beast's wingspan is a vast enough for the level entities on flaps, one flap as well as blackout of the sun pertaining to Jewish legend behind it. Perhaps what is both impressive and terrifying is that despite its enormous mass, the disease could fly with remarkable speeds, as it was fast enough to keep up with and out of fly military fighter jets and the Argo. During its interception of the Argo, it was able to withstand and shrug off many attacks from both John Constantine and Lee Sherman while they were aboard the Argo, with it being able to also endure powerful strikes from Derus himself, who noticed all he did was agitated. So the Z's bird. Thank you, Brother Racket. Let's see if we can get a picture. The Z's bird. Okay, well.
According to U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service,
okay,
these include avian botulism, avian influenza,
Okay, the Z's bird. All right. The Z's is a giant griffin-like bird in Jewish mythology. Of course, they have to bring Asian there. Okay, so that's not what that is. Okay, so now this is the representation. The Leviathan is the king of the sea, the behemoth, the king of the land, and the Z is the king of the air. Now there is one bird they don't show. The one flying bird they don't show, it's called one other creature they don't show is called the salamanders, the king of fire, because it's 3 elements, it's 4 elements: water, earth, air, fire is what you are calling dragon or dragoons or dragon. All right, they are in the fourth part. They are in the fourth element, which is the first element, which is fire. All right, the Z's bird right there. You know, they look kind of like griffin-like bird. Okay, this is interesting. And they are very fast. We told those people about those birds and how fast they are. They can fly. Oops. Okay, they can fly here to Mars in a fraction of a second. That's how fast those things are. Okay. The Z's bird. Or what they are calling the pterodactyl. A pterodactyl, you know, which the wingspan can cover a whole stadium, you know, the football stadium and things like that. The dragons. All right, I think we're good with this. We're good with the land. Okay, this is, whoa, those fishes are likely violent, trying to get away from something. This is very unusual. What could it have be? Okay, let's put this. Okay, this is in the Philippines. Okay, those fish are running away from something. And those people don't even need to take them, they just come on the lane because they're running away from something that is very big, something that has like weird energy. And the people are just taking them. Abundance. What could it possibly be? What could it possibly be? What are they all running from? You tell me. That's the diamond over there in Botswana. So we're pretty much done with Michael Lynch. We prove all points. We put everything and stuff. So boy, we're barely into the video. We didn't even start the video and we're already like 1 hour and 10 minutes. Let's take a break right quick.
The 8K family.
Have you ever felt a deep yearning for spiritual growth but didn't know where to start? What if I told you there's a guide that can lead you through every step? Introducing the 8K Family Handbook. This comprehensive guide is your ultimate companion for spiritual empowerment, offering invaluable insights and practical steps to enhance your spiritual journey. What's inside? Perform spiritual background checks. Learn how to assess spiritual energies and protect yourself from negative influences. Connect with your guardian angel. Discover methods to establish a strong, supportive relationship with your guardian angel for guidance and protection. Develop your magical abilities. Unleash your innate magical potential with step-by-step instructions and exercises tailored for all levels. Whether you're a novice or a seasoned practitioner, the 8K Family Handbook provides the tools and knowledge you need to elevate your spiritual practice. Begin your journey to empowerment and enlightenment today. Available now on Amazon.com.
All right. So, let's keep on moving.
Specialized divers continue to search for a woman still missing after a super yacht sank off the coast of Sicily. The bodies of 5 others have been recovered.
Many in the boating world are in shock.
Okay, you can see the number 12 right there. You know what to do.
That a vessel like this could disappear in a storm so quickly. Madison Scarpino has more tonight.
The Italian Coast Guard says it has recovered the body of British tech entrepreneur Mike Lynch from the wreckage of the super yacht that sank off the coast of Sicily. A survivor arrived at the port Thursday, hugging others as rescue workers loaded a body into an ambulance. The super yacht, carrying 22 passengers and crew, disappeared beneath the waves in a matter of minutes when violent weather struck Monday. 15 people managed to get to safety on a rescue boat. Special rescuers resumed search operations Thursday, facing tough conditions.
What they're required to do is to go inside and pick their way meticulously through the structure of a newly sunk ship. Now, when a vessel sinks, everything's going to be where it shouldn't be. That's going to reduce visibility.
Questions remain as to how the super yacht sunk so quickly, while a nearby boat that rescued survivors escaped the storm unscathed. The yacht manufacturer describes the design of the luxury boat.
It is well known that the sailing boat is the safest in the most absolute sense. First of all, because they have very little surface compared to a yacht facing into the wind. Second, with the structure, the drift kill, they become unsinkable bodies.
Lynch's
Oh, crap. But, oh, man. Unsinkable my ass, that for the freaking Leviatans. Okay, I was telling the people that guy named Simon, his name right there. Sorry about that.
What they're required to do is to go inside.
Simon Roger, just do a little research, what his name means, stuff like that. Let's keep on moving. It's pretty much the same thing.
Rescue crews have been searching for those unaccounted for.
It's the same thing.
Flood damage cleanup efforts ramping up with people stranded in some Connecticut communities. We'll tell you what's being done to help them. Good evening, I'm Ann Nyberg.
I'm Darren Kramer. Cleanup still underway in a number of communities after that historic flooding last weekend.
News 8's Brittany Taylor has been talking to people in Oxford and Southbury. She joins us live. Brittany.
And Darren, this remains a very difficult situation for many people. 4 days later, communities like Oxford and Southbury still dealing with extensive damage, as you can see from all of that flooding.
It happened very quickly.
Ryan Cochis' driveway in Oxford has turned into a large gaping hole. Downed trees surround his home.
It became overwhelmed when the culvert pipe underneath the road over there could no longer sustain the amount of water, and the water came over the road, which then started digging out behind our culvert pipes and took them all downstream with it.
This is what's left. Cochis says his elderly neighbors had the same thing happen to their driveway. The Jackson Cove Road residents have been forced to walk hundreds of feet around in order to get access to the road.
Not knowing what you're going to do is kind of overwhelming, and to all of them, to all of us, I guess.
Meanwhile, communities like Southbury remain in a state of emergency. The town's first selectman says cleanup efforts are happening around the clock, and the extent of the damage is still unclear. However, he says it could range from anywhere between $50 and $100 million.
Of course, that's what those people do. Yeah, we gotta estimate the money. This thing that should cost $1 million to clear, we need 50 to 100 million. So yeah, we're gonna have to start to tricking some people right there.
Very few municipalities have $50 to $100 million laying around. So what will that mean? How would we finance that? And what's the impact to our budgets and to the citizens? So I'm already trying to forecast. The ink's not even dry on the storm. We're still experiencing more problems and road collapses.
Manville says he's hoping to get more information on what financial supports will be available for homeowners and businesses in a meeting with FEMA and state officials Friday. However, farm owner Kathy Dibner, who lost all of her chickens and much of her property, says that relief can't come fast enough.
There is millions of dollars of damage here.
Yeah, that's why Katie Dibson. Yes, indeed, there's millions. Gotta give me that money for all the chicken, for all the land that I lost. Whatever that.
And I don't know how we are going to ever recoup.
Both Dibner and Cochis
because you're never going to recoup this. You're never going to recover from this.
All right, now a scary situation that was caught on camera. Check this out. A Florida couple terrorized inside of their car. A man is actually pulling a gun on them during a road rage incident in Port St. Lucie.
Bro! Give it. Hey, man. I'm telling you right now. You pull that shit. You were the one that started it. Hey, man. I'm telling you right now. Give me the phone.
A cell phone video shows the man hitting the victim through the window and then trying to grab his cell phone or the passenger cell phone. Police say 63-year-old Paul Slane was driving aggressively through a gated community.
Okay, 63. And it seems like that guy have a gun in his hand.
Driving aggressively through a gated community. He then drove around the couple's truck, stopped the window, and then trying to grab the...
Let me see. Looks like I have a gun.
Through the window and then trying...
Yeah, I don't know if this is a gun in his hand too. Yep, 83 is going crazy.
Grabbed his cell phone or the passenger cell phone. Police say 63-year-old Paul Slane was driving aggressively through a gated community. He then drove around the couple's truck, stopped in front of them, got out of his car with a handgun. Detectives are still trying to figure out what set off Slane.
We haven't really been able to lock that down, what exactly set him off, but who knows?
Yeah, well, I mean, you need a lot of evidence to go arresting this guy and put him in jail for like years. You know, he came out of the car with a gun, you know, and then he's just tell this dude, get the car, give me your phone and stuff like that. Anyway, it's 83.
That day his goldfish could have died. But whatever it was, something about our victim irritated him.
As Slane took off from the scene, he was later arrested.
Yeah, whatever. Let's keep on moving.
A highway
Okay, this is a flood over there in Nigeria.
that's become a waterway and a playground. Farms that may never yield any grain. Adamu Masaru took this same route to go to his 3 farms, and this is all he could salvage. A few bundles of millet. Not enough for the family, but it will do for a meal.
2 of the farms have been totally destroyed. On the 3rd, I was able to harvest what can feed my family today.
Community leaders say that.
Well, this dude's name is quite, there we go. Adamu Dan Masaru. Adam and Dan. You know, we talk about the tribe of Dan and now Adam.
Can feed my family today.
Community leaders say the floods this year are unprecedented.
All the farms, especially the rice farms, the guinea corn, everything gone. You can see our houses, everything gone. Personally, I'm an internally displaced person now.
Hundreds of thousands have been displaced, with tens of thousands of hectares of farms destroyed. Even the dead aren't spared the misery. This local cemetery is submerged. The floods have changed everything for many in Nigeria's Jigawa state.
27 of Nigeria's 36 states have suffered flooding this year, yet the rainy season is yet to peak, and dams have so far not opened their floodgates to release excess water.
A worrying picture for officials.
We have September, October to come. The rain is much more in September than in August. So only God knows what the state will be when we reach that time.
The government says 110 kilometers of embankments have been constructed and 72 kilometers of the main river dredged. But the flooding continues to claim lives and property, diverting scarce government resources meant for development.
A lot of attention is being diverted to that area because you need to save that situation. So because of that, yes, of course, a lot of revenue will be lost. Government revenue will be lost. Not only that, a lot of extra expenditure will have to be incurred. So other work had to wait.
He says the state is bracing for more destruction when the rainy season peaks, which means more misery and displacement for the local population.
Now, you see how they are talking about misery, poor people, you know, how like this guy can't feed his family. It's not enough for him to feed his family. They are so poor and things. Whenever somebody look like us or they are us, that's how they describe it. But when they are talking about the single mother, she's so strong, they're going to rebuild. Did you hear anything about community come together and rebuild this? Do you hear anything about like, oh, they can't wait to rebuild? No, that's not how Gentiles do things. Anytime they are describing people that look like us or even us, it's always, this isn't enough to feed this family, is going to die, things like that, misery and things and stuff. Look, you watch those people, they really don't care. They just, one dude was dancing in the flood. You know, there was one guy that was dancing. Let me see if I can get it. Okay, the guy is
a playground. Farms that may never yield any grain. Adamu Masaru took this same route to go to his 3 farms, and this is all he could salvage. A few bundles of millet. Not enough for the family, but it will do for a meal.
2 of the farms have been totally destroyed. On the 3rd.
Now,
Hundreds of thousands have been displaced, with tens of thousands of hectares of farms destroyed. Even the dead. The floods have changed everything for many in Nigeria's Jigawa state.
27 of Nigeria.
This dude is dancing. It's just those people, it got a little wet, and then that's all, you know.
Nigeria's 36 states have suffered flooding this year, yet the rainy season is yet to peak, and dams have...
And that's it. That's all that is. Ah, this is the water sprout that they caught over there in Florida, okay? All right, twin water spouts spotted off the Florida coastline, okay? So those things are not just being done just like that. They got entities that are causing those stuff, which we studied, okay? Those are terrible omens for Florida.
Crime alert for you. An 18-year-old now behind bars accused of murder. And we've now learned the man he allegedly shot and killed in Pompano Beach was his girlfriend's father. Local 10 crime specialist Bridget Matter is joining us live with more details on this one. Bridget?
Christy, investigate. Investigators say that this teen shot and killed his girlfriend's father over social media posts. The contents of those posts have not been released to us. He has turned himself in to police as of today. On August 19th, investigators found a man named Keith Poole bleeding on a front porch off Northeast 28th Street in Pompano Beach. The 44-year-old was shot twice. 2 days later, the Broward County Sheriff's Office arrested 18-year-old LaJuan Jones Jr. for first-degree murder. Investigators say Jones ran away with his girlfriend after the shooting, and according to the victim's relative, the teen was dating Poole's daughter, who witnessed the shooting. She was later reunited safely with family. BSO says the shooting took place after Poole discovered social media posts by Jones he thought were inappropriate.
Mr. LaJuan Jones?
Judge, I've been advised he's a refuser.
Jones refused to appear before a judge for bond this afternoon. Jones is facing a first-degree murder charge, and he remains in the Broward County Jail. We're live in...
I don't know why this thing is doing this, man.
Pompano Beach. Bridget Matter, local.
So, yeah, the boy 18, was dating that guy's daughter, and they got emotional, and the daughter, I agree, he killed, murdered the father. They run away because that's how they think. I'm gonna murder your dad because he's the one that don't want us to be together. I'm gonna murder him, and then we're gonna go ahead and be rich, and we're gonna get out of here, and gang, all right, gang, go ahead. Bang, 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 you kill the guy, and then you come out, and then your sins come back onto you. You realize, like, what the hell, what have I done? What have I done? Well, social media posts. That's why whenever you are dealing with emotional people, you don't post anything online because they are very emotional. Anything that you post, it has to do with them. You post an emoji, a smiling emoji, say, I'm feeling good. That means you're laughing at them because you're feeling good. You put the smiling, say, hey, check on y'all, man. Everything all right? That means whatever they were dealing with was not all right. You are making fun of them. That's how those people are. So, hey, the great plague is upon them. Great glory. Let's keep on moving. Of course,
but they both
Pompano Beach is sister city with Fort-Lauderdale. They're very close. Okay.
But they both had to learn.
No. See, ever since this thing opened, it messed up the quality of the of the video.
And it's going to be a long road of recovery, but with the family's help, we're going to pull through.
A heartbroken family speaking only on 6 about their loved ones who are in the hospital recovering from stab wounds. It comes after a man stabbed his own mom to death and left his sister and grandmother with serious injuries. Lorena Inclán spoke with a family member about how the survivors are doing.
The good news is the teen girl and her grandmother are doing well and recovering, but they both had to learn tragic news.
Quality went down way. Okay, why is the quality, why is the 1080p? There you go.
The man tasked with telling them that news spoke to us about what their family has been through. You can see and feel the pain and anguish coming from Mike Gonzalez and his wife. We met with them outside of Jackson Memorial Hospital Thursday, where Mike's mom and niece are recovering.
She went to surgery today. She came out perfectly fine. She is going to pull through. And also my mom, Rosa Gonzalez, also is going to pull through. They're both.
All right, look at this guy name, okay?
She is going to pull through.
His wife, we met with them outside. News spoke to us about what their family has been through. You can see and feel the pain and anguish coming from Mike Gonzalez and his wife. We met with them outside of Jackson Memorial Hospital Thursday, where Mike's mom and niece are recovering.
She went to surgery today.
Okay, this fellow name is Mikey, or Mike, or Michael, Michael, Michelle, Michele, Michaud.
She came out perfectly fine. She is going to pull through. And also my mom, Rosa Gonzalez, also is going to pull through. They're both very stable condition.
It was just before 4:30 a.m. Wednesday when Hialeah police say they responded to a domestic disturbance happening at a home on West 42nd Place and West 5th Court. A short time later, shots were fired during some sort of confrontation between police and a man officers described as being armed. That man was later identified as 30-year-old Alex Gonzalez Jr., who died.
Okay, this dude's name is Alex, in other words, Michael.
At the scene. 69-year-old Rosa, 17-year-old Amanda, and 49-year-old Madeleine Gonzalez were all stabbed. Madeleine would have turned 50 years old Thursday, but instead of wishing his sister a happy birthday, Mike was faced with having to break the tragic news to his mom and niece.
That was my toughest task today, was to let both of them know that my mom's daughter, my sister, had passed away. And also it was tough to tell my niece that her mom had passed away. It was extremely tough.
The family is now working to set up a GoFundMe account to help Amanda pay for college.
For Amanda's future, for her college, because all she had was my sister. And as we all know, my sister passed away, and I need to.
So what you're seeing here, beloved, is a lot of those young men, those young white men, 18 to 35, they stay at home. They have nothing going on. They don't want to do anything. All they want to do is stay home, play video game and watching porn. They don't want to date. They can't date. They don't want to work. They can't work. They don't want to stay home. They can't stay home. They don't want to leave. They can't leave. Therefore, they'll go out there and they will attack their own family members. This guy, he killed his own niece, his own mother. Okay, he stabbed his sister and stabbed the grandmother. He had a problem against women. Those are the dudes that will disguise their voice as black men making videos, never show their faces, never show who they are, and talk about how they are walking away from women, how women are terrible, how, women are losing it, they are winning and stuff, as if we so-called black men started a war with our women. Those dudes are the ones that are online posing as us and then put terrible comments, and a lot of our brethren, unfortunately, fell into this trap, and then they get into a war, a gender war, gender war. They are getting a war, against a family, because once you attack either our men or women, you attack our family. So now those dudes, and they can't hold it anymore. They have enough, because they see women as objects. They see women as competition. They see women as some dirty things. That's why the Grecian, they did not like women at all. Okay? What you're calling Greek statue. There you go. See those guys? Let's take this one right there. Let's say the abs and the back. So those Grecian dudes, this is not attractive to many women, to women at all. This is a men. They're attracting to men. That's why the Greeks were heavily into this. They despise women. They are the one that cut off the Holy Spirit from the Bible. They put her as a man. And they are the one that put the teaching of the women not supposed to be in the church or anywhere in the house. She's supposed to be somewhere when she need to be reproduced. Those guys, don't get me wrong, the Greeks, they had wives. Okay, they had wives and women in their family, but they only slept with the wife only for the purpose of reproduction. When the pleasure, they enter the back door. When they are about to ejac, they put it in the front door, and that's all. That's why those dudes love the back door. They infested the filth industry with back doors, entry only, stepson, stepfather, real mother, real daughters, real son. That's what they do. That's why you always see them talking about it. It's all about their body, and then their genitals or children's genitals, because it's a fetish. And they always cut off the hands of the men or the women, which is a symbolism of taking away your power. Okay? All right? They think they put this all over the media, showing you this is what is attractive to a woman. And when in fact, ask those dudes, those bodybuilders, they get more compliments. They get more compliment from men than women. Men always approaching them and asking them, "Hey man, how'd you get this party? Let me go get it. See, don't get me wrong. Certain women are into this type of things, but most women, they are not attracted to this type of body dude that always talk about their body, always talk about what they eat and their diet and how much rep they did, how much high value that they are, and how much you women need to shut the hell up and don't do anything. So don't get me wrong, this is a fetish. Some women do like that. They like to be called dirty and beat and choke and have the throat slit and mistreating them sexually. They like being abused. This is fine. Some women do like that. I'm not making this up. They do like this. But majority of women, they do not like abusive men and men that are into other dudes or into little boys. All right. Oops. What's going on here? Oh, boy. All right. Give me a second. Let me let this play for you guys.
I saw Joe Bob the other day. I was trying to tune in the damn baseball game, and then CBS, the game went off, and CBS came on with a movie. Had two magnificent, handsome guys and a stupid old fellow in it. They were glorifying homosexuality. Got a panel show? No. Hell no, it's a movie.
No, that's a regular show. It's on every week. And usually it's just set in the guy's home. And it's usually just that guy who's a hard hat.
That's right. He's a hard hat.
And he always just looks like a slob.
Looks like Jackie Gleason.
And then he has this hippie son-in-law.
Yeah.
And usually the general trend of it is to downgrade him and upgrade him. Make the square hard hat out to be bad.
What is it called? I've never seen it. Arch is the guy's name.
Well, that's real family entertainment, isn't it?
The point that I make is that, goddamn, I do not think that you glorify on public television homosexuality. You ever see what happened? You know what happened to the Greeks? Homosexuality destroyed it. Sure, Aristotle was a homo. We all know that. But with Socrates,
he never had the influence of television.
Yeah. The last 6 Roman emperors were fags. You see, homosexuality, immorality generally, these are the enemies of strong societies. And that's why the communists and the left-wingers are pushing each other. They're trying to destroy us. I still know about this.
Now, this is Richard Nixon on homosexuality. Okay? This is what Richard Nixon is saying. I told Bob the other day I was trying to tune into the damn baseball game. And then the game went off and CBS came on with the movie. They had two magnificent, handsome guys and a stupid old fellow. They were glorifying homosexuality. What the panel now, hell no, it was a movie. Handelman, no, that's a regular show. It's on every week. It usually just get the guys home. It's usually just that guy who's a hard hat. That's right, he's a hard hat. Okay, what is the expression hard hat? What's the meaning of the expression hard hat?
According to Merriam-Webster, a protect...
There you go. Ah, boy. A conservative who is intolerant of opposing views. That's right, he's a hard hat. And Nixon looks like Jackie Gleason. Oh, and then he has this hippie son-in-law. Usually the general trend is to downgrade him. Upgrade. Oh boy, this thing going so fast. Let me put this right.
I've never seen Archie's the guy's name. Archie.
That's real family entertainment, isn't it?
The point that I make is that content.
The point that I make is that, God damn it, I do not think
that you glorify
on public television homosexuality.
On public television homosexuality. You ever see what happened? You know what?
You ever seen what happened to the Greeks? You see, the Grecians. All right, go like that. Oh, no, we're done with the fellow. See, the Grecians, ancient Greeks. There you go. Oh. The Grecian mastered this tactic, eliminating the woman. The ancient Greeks were master of this. The woman, of course, they copied the Greeks, okay? They despise women. And that's what you're seeing nowadays is the assault upon our family by the Grecian tactics, separated the men from the women, making a fake war about what women are going through, when they are the one that started the whole feminism. White men were the one who financed it, started it, and keep doing that. Now this thing, the plague is upon them now. Now there's an issue. And then Nixon said, you ever see what happened to the Greeks?
What happened to the Greeks? Homosexuality destroyed them.
Homosexuality destroyed them. And it was a curse that was amplified. The moment the Holy One cut you off from having kids, that's it. That's why the whole population plummeted. That's why they are telling our people, hey, don't have children. Men and women, man, don't get together. Stay inside, play video game, watch gay porn, and then, good. Don't get involved in anything. And a lot of our men are emulating that. A lot of our men are into this thing. They're like, yo, I ain't gonna do anything. I'm gonna follow those dudes, this guy. I'm gonna be a high value man, and then I'm gonna hate women. This is a Grecian tactic.
Sure, Aristotle was a homo.
Aristotle was a homo. We all know that. So was Socrates. If people didn't know this, like, what the hell? Have you not studied Grecian culture? That's all those guys were doing, okay?
We all know that. But with Socrates, he never had the influence to tell.
But he never had the influences that television has.
The last 6 Roman emperors.
The last 6 women's emperors were cowboys.
Bags. You see, homosexuality, immorality generally, these are the enemies of strong societies. That's why the communists, the left-wingers, are pushing each other.
No, that's what you guys are pushing it upon our people to destroy them. And that's what happened here. It's the hatred for women. Those guys they despise. That's why the mentality is being implemented in the camps. Men only. A bunch of dudes together, and there's no women there to release the pressure, to keep the men calm. They're angry all the time, fighting all the time, fighting each other. And then you with another dude studying with him and stuff and know everything about him. You're away from the women, you're away from your wife, you're away from the girlfriend, you're away from women, period. And we men have needs. And what the hell you think those dudes going to do to the other dudes? You think they're going to go ahead and then, just when they have certain natural urges, they'll talk? Oh, hell no. That's what happened here. It's a hatred of women. And this dude, there we go, 30 years old. Okay, doesn't.
That man was later identified as 30-year-old Alex Gonzalez Jr.
30-year-old, you look like this. Like, what the hell you've been doing, man? Like, what happened to this dude? You 30, you look like that? And those are the dudes that disguise their voices and disguise their names so they can act like us and then act tough online and get involved with women. And then a bunch of our people that look up. But at this point right now, any men that look like us and your beef is women, you are not our men. You have to understand this. You're sick. You've been hurt. We understand this. She broke your heart. Doesn't mean you have to come after all women. You need to go ahead and do self-therapy, macrodose above all. Know who's your guardian angel and get rid of this sickness. Let's keep on moving. Oh, hey, hang on. How long we are into? All right, I got about another 14 minutes to go. Let's go into this right quick. There you go. Don't know why, but...
An ASU professor behind bars accused of murdering his wife. 12 News journalist Sean Rice looked into court documents showing the couple's children were aware of some domestic violence there. Sean.
Yeah, Troy, Scottsdale police say David Zhu's 2 children told them, police, of years of domestic violence between their parents after their mother was shot and killed on Saturday night inside their Scottsdale home. With Zhu having no history of domestic violence crimes before now being charged with his wife's murder, a domestic violence advocate tells me it is one of the single most underreported crimes.
I find probable cause for the allegation of 1 count of murder in the first degree, premeditated.
Crime scene tape still lines the front yard of this home in Scottsdale. Scottsdale police say David Zhu, a professor at ASU's Department of Management and Entrepreneurship, shot his wife twice in the back with a shotgun. Court records say Zhu told police he was trying to, quote, shoot the wall behind her when explaining why his wife lay dead on the floor outside of their master bedroom. The 2 children reported hearing a screaming fight, and then they both heard 2 gunshots go off in the home. And during a later interview with police, Zhu's son and their 19-year-old daughter reported a history of domestic violence in the home.
This escalation isn't atypical.
Jenna Panis is the CEO of Arizona Coalition to End Sexual and Domestic Violence. She says there is a multitude of reasons for why someone may stay in an abusive marriage and never report instances of physical and emotional harm.
They leave, they might lose their children, might lose their home, might lose their security. Also, there are a lot of times cultural reasons for staying, whether those are religious, whether that is just a culture that values marriage and permanence.
Another barrier for victims, Panis says, is feeling like they won't be believed.
And the most important thing you can do is that when somebody comes forward, to believe them and to not say, oh, he's a professor. He's wonderful. It couldn't possibly be happening to you. You must have misunderstood this. And so we see that perpetrators often get away with it because they're perceived as charismatic and good.
Okay, all right. Well, just because the fellow is a professor doesn't mean, of course, his name is David. The professor doesn't mean they don't do those things. Those guys, the moment the blessing is gone, they are not making the same money they used to, or something is not going on. Remember, listen, beloved, one thing I keep saying this, and I'm going to show you good. Those people never really care about relationship. They never care about the faithfulness, or she's cheating on me or he's cheating on me. They know they do that, especially if the husband is a massive cowboy. The wife agree with it as long as he's bringing the money, and the wife have whatever that she want to do and go out there and do her stuff with other men or other women. I personally, I have no point. I do not condone nor condemn. This is those people business. They do whatever the hell they want. But my problem is you people portray yourself out there as being the saint, being the professor, the educated, the sophisticated, the civilized people, the superior, the master race, the cream of the crop, la crème. You people, I'm having a problem for you. Portray yourself out there, and then when behind closed door, you guys are monsters. You guys are monsters. Okay? They are well aware of that. I've done enough research to find out there are so many women that their husband are massive cowboy, but they are not. They are not in the closet, or they are not whatever. They outside the closet. Everybody know, but to keep a public figure, they have a woman, they're next to them, but the woman know what the man is doing, and the man know what the woman is doing. That is when the blessing was there, everything was fine, they don't care. But the moment the blessing is no more, something happened, hey, things gonna happen there. That's what that is. Let's keep on moving. Oh, that's
Medina, Saudi Arabia,
okay?
August 22nd, 2024.
Crazy.
سيول هائلة اجتاح إحياء شرق المدينة المنورة الآن. سحابة عنيفة.
أغلاط ثقة منك بعزيز الآن يقابل محطة القطار. الله يعوض عليهم يا رب.
الأسماك البحرية الله يعوضه خير.
Severe weather including strong winds and flood were reported to have hit several areas of Medina, Saudi Arabia on Thursday. The storm and flood caused chaos and widespread damage, according to local media reports. Almost all areas of Medina were hit by heavy rain, lightning, and high-speed winds, which caused poor visibility and stopped movement on some roads. Several videos circulating on social media documented the current conditions of the rain hitting Medina, which looked like storms, and tweets on social media say that Saudi Arabia had never witnessed anything like this before.
هذا صرافة الاستثمار من الهواء.
All right, and then people are gonna say,
the first of the rain that fell in Medina,
that's where they worship. Look at this.
Also caused chaos in the area of the Prophet Mosque. The wind destroyed the barriers inside the mosque, causing many worshippers to panic and flee because of the incident. In a live broadcast published in a Saudi newspaper, the Prophet's Mosque was hit by heavy rain accompanied by very strong winds, and there was no sound louder than thunder in Medina, while lightning struck strongly in the courtyard of the Prophet's Mosque. The local government.
All right, crazy things, great glory. Let's keep on moving. This is in Iceland. Happen every year. Dragons or dragoons are awakening.
We just thought that it was the Northern Lights. We were in Vic and drove down here thinking it was the Northern Lights. And as we got closer, it was a volcanic eruption. And it's like the coolest thing I've seen in my whole life.
It's very cool. At first I was a little scared. I was like, is this safe? But yeah, seeing it up close.
Yeah, and it's really nice out here with everybody just watching it.
Yeah, it's actually very beautiful to look at, but yeah.
We've never seen anything like that before.
Yeah, we don't have stuff like this happening in the US.
Yeah.
We have like a volcano as well, you know, like, we cannot see the lava like this, and honestly, like, it was so impressive. Like, I'm more than like happy. Yeah.
This is no joke. Terrible omen.
Reportedly one.
Okay, 90 foot. You know what to do. This is a tragedy right now.
Top here at 5 o'clock. Tragedy at a work site in Sterling. A worker has been killed when a rock ledge collapsed.
Now, the collapse landed on top of an excavator. WBZ's Christina Rex joins us live in Sterling tonight. And Christina, all of the work at that site has now been shut down.
Yeah, Courtney and David, it's been completely on hold all day into the afternoon today. Now, investigators have not yet identified that man who died here at the work site, and it's been a touch and go situation as it hasn't yet been safe for workers to actually go in and remove the rocks in order to get that excavator out.
Okay, we have a rock ledge that's collapsed on top of an excavator. Reportedly one party trapped inside.
This stunning view overhead from Sky Eye shows the devastation after a rock slide killed a worker at a construction site in Sterling.
It's astonishing to see, you know, that much wreckage on top of an excavator. You never see something like that on a day-to-day basis, and then coming to realize it's a 90-foot wall that came down is just, you know, it's scarier.
The collapse happened just before 8 a.m. First responders tried to rescue the worker, but determined he had already died, and it wasn't safe to recover his body yet. Workers at nearby businesses knew something was wrong by the number of sirens and lights on Choxet Road.
There's never really any emergency vehicles that ever go out back there that I can remember. You know, I've never seen, you know, one ambulance go back there, let alone a whole, you know, county's worth of emergency crews.
The rocks came from a retaining wall being built behind a commercial property by local company Onyx Corporation. Permits pulled by WBZ show the wall project started in late July. The Federal Mine Safety and Health Administration is investigating this incident.
I'd like to call an emergency meeting.
The town select board had an emergency meeting Thursday morning following the man's death. They agreed to send a cease and desist letter to the construction company and property owner to stop all work until an investigation is complete.
Our hearts are with those involved at this time.
And I reached out to Onyx Corporation for a comment or a statement on this incident, but I have not received a response just yet. Now, coming up, this company has been cited multiple times before for safety violations. I'll explain what those were coming up at 6. Live in Sterling, Christina Rex, WBZ News.
All right, Christina, we'll see you at 6. Thank you.
Well, that's what's going on. People are dying left and right. And those things are happening. Let me get rid of this, get rid of that, and then with this, and then with that. Now, beloved, let us clown certain people right there.
A roaring standing ovation for Vice President Harris on the final night of the Democratic National Convention.
I accept your nomination to be President of the United States of America.
History made as Harris accepted the nomination of a major party, the first black woman and first Asian American to do so. She shared her American story raised by a mother who taught her children to dream big.
She taught us to never
address the war in the Middle East.
President Biden and I are working to end this war such that Israel is secure, the hostages are released, the suffering in Gaza ends.
Harris capped the four-day convention after Biden and past Presidents Obama and Clinton took the stage with their forward-looking vision for the country.
Everywhere I go, in everyone I
This is Democracy Now!
Oh boy. You people have nothing going on. We ain't gonna vote. Whether it's Trump, whether it's Harris, we not voting. You ain't gonna get our power, man. For those other scumbags out there that wish to go ahead and vote and do all this nonsense, you do that. But we over here, we ain't voting. We're not gonna give away our magical abilities, our magical powers onto you. We're not going to passing you the blessing. Not us. Not again. Beloved, we've been into this for about 2 hours now. And I have to tell the nation, going to leave you guys in peace and love. There is a video that will be playing at the end of my channel, Brother Eliezer and his wife Kayla, and she have a book or audio book for the nation. Please stay tuned. The book will be reading for you. What is the lesson here, beloved? Okay, what's the deal here? What seems to be the issue why 83 can never get it? Well, one, they lost the blessing. Two, the curse is cleaving in the midst of them. There's a lot that came with the curse and a hell of a lot that came with the blessing. See, those people were not smart at all. It's because the blessing was in the midst of them, which showed them this pseudo-confidence. You look at them, the words and the action seems to be that, hey, those people are smart and they are great people, they are superior than any other. But once the blessings start to diminish and they lost it, you can see that they were nothing but a shell of a man or shell of a people. This demonstration that you saw in the sea concerning these boats that are disappearing, and they say, oh, well, it was a tornado that took it out. Oh, well, they hit a reef, some kind of accident happened. Well, that's a bunch of lies. There are creatures in the ocean that are guarding the ocean, and they are there to protect the land. They are there to protect us. And we told you at one point, those people won't be able to get out of here. They won't be able to come here. And not only here, worldwide, they'll be locked up, okay? And wherever they're going to go or they wanted to go, they will need our permission and our help to do so. The future is bright for my people. The future is glorious. We will have the ability, the opportunity to gain technology that are far beyond anything any person could even imagine. We will live a prosperous life. We will thrive, but we'll thrive alone and with those that choose to cleave unto us. Of course, a lot of the people out there, they are ashamed. You see, the blessing, white supremacy, is an addiction. It's very hard to let go of it. Even though it had to kill you, it's very hard, and to some degree it's impossible for 83 to let go of it. That's fine. It can kill them, and it will, and it should. But the thing is, the others that either look like us or us, they will literally will suffer the same fate as 83. Okay, they will be destroyed. The future is gloom for them, but it is bright for us. The future is abundant for us, and is very diminished, and none for them. We will reproduce like they like to say, like rabbits. They can't. There's nothing they can do about it. They can't reproduce. Okay, they really can't. And that's why they are pushing this whole cowboyism upon our people. And it's not working now. They are pushing a separation because things are hard. Men are going their way. Women are harsh. Women don't want to do anything with men. Now, don't get involved with this nonsense. This is the curse. Cleaving with those people. Cleaving unto them. The blessing is in the midst of us. Therefore, we need to focus on ourselves. Get away from people that are in a low frequency and low vibration. Study to show ourselves approved. Some people are watching and say, well, Big Levi, how could I start? I don't know where to start. Well, the first thing to do, if you're a Christian or any religious person, the first thing you need to do is to stop going to the church. Stop going to the church. And it's not just the building. The building is nothing. It's just a building. Unsubscribe from the Christian doctrine, Christian Constantine. I am assuming that most of you that are watching here are somewhat Christian, or you don't know what the hell Christianity or whatever other religion. The first thing is to leave away those things. They are liars. Everything they told you is a freaking lie. You are not going to get raptured because you say by the blood of Jesus, or Jesus is love, we should give our life to Jesus and stuff. That's the same bullcrap lies they told you, and a lot of you did this. A lot of you did this nonsense, and there's nothing, you give away your blessing. Remember, when they come to you, they say, do you believe, do you accept Jesus? They can't just come in and give you, they say, oh man, I want to save that guy. Here, take Jesus. And you too, take Jesus. And tell you, no, you have to accept it. That means you have to accept, you have to willingly give away your energy, which is your blessing, your magic unto them. Do you believe? I don't believe, I know. Do you believe you stay in this house? Well, what the hell are you talking about? Believe? I know I stay there. They never ask you, do you know Jesus? But do you believe in him? Do you believe he came to save humanity? What do you believe? Belief? No, get rid of that. Cut it off. That's it. You're going to go into prayer. That's the second thing. Psalm 51 every single day. In the morning, the moment you wake up, where you wake up, Psalm 51. Whether you say it in English, French, Spanish, Latin, Greek, it doesn't matter. You're going to have to keep praying Psalm 51 every single day for now on when you wake up. The third thing, which probably should have been the first thing, is to know, what are you? Who you are? Are you an Israelite? Are you a Gentiles? Or are you cleaving? Or are you this? It will be revealed unto you through meditation. There is a nice email that a sister sent unto us. This is a prime example of how you can know which tribe or what are you and things like that. Shalom, brother Big Levi. Happy Noga. Thanks for answering my questions. The earthly mother revealed that I am from the tribe of Dan, that was absorbed into the tribe of Judah. Just taking it as good to know information right now. Great glory. Here's how it was revealed to me. August 15, while in meditation with my guardian, Anuel, I saw a vivid white-winged creature eating its tail. My spiritual eyes zoomed in on the creature like a camera lens to bring the creature into complete focus. After meditation, I Googled what I saw, and the closest thing was the Ouroboros, August 19, super blue moon. After prayers and demanding that the blessing overtaken me and the nation, I had a vision. My central nervous system, brain, and spinal cord left my body to commune with each of the celestial bodies in our solar system. However, when I got to Pluto, my nerves connected to Pluto and I was unable to go beyond our solar system. I tried to go beyond Pluto, but the connection was strong. When I stopped trying to move forward and let my intuition take over, Pluto absorbed into my central nervous system. Afterwards, my central nervous system turned a glowing platinum plasma-like color. Intuitively, I knew to return to Earth and the vision was over. Doing some research, I find out Pluto resonance with the concept of Nigrido, all self of dissolve, making way for spiritual rebirth. Ouroboros represents cycle of destruction and renewal. August 22, 23rd. While trying to sleep, I keep hearing the song Pierce of My Love by hip-hop group Guy in my head. Especially the hook, I Do Love You, funny because I was like 2 years old when the song debuted. Anyway, when I look up the song, the album cover has a creature that looks like a griffin on it. That was the white-winged creature I had seen on August 15th. Doing some research, I found griffin are the king of all creatures. Okay, what they are calling the Z's bird. Okay, the Z's bird. Okay, griffins protects treasures, priceless possessions, and royalty families. They do protect us, and they will still protect us. Griffins connected to the heaven and the earth. Griffins will fight to the death to keep out evil and corruption in its territory. Can be a person, place, or a thing. Our Lord Yahushua is depicted as a griffin. The tribe of Dan is also associated with lions, snake, eagles, griffin, and dragons. Griffins are said to eat horses. Genesis 41, 49, 16, 17. Dan shall judge his people. As one of the tribes of Israel, Dan shall be a serpent by the way, an adder in his path, and biteth the horse heels, so that his rider shall fall back. Lesser Antilles is shaped like a snake. Okay? All praises to the Most High. This is one of the prime example where through the sister was studying the book, she's studying the magical table, she's studying her things, and it revealed unto her all those things. You see how the guardian angel helped you connecting things? Who's your guardian angel? Who's your family member? What tribe you came from? What house do you belong to? You see, the church don't like and don't want you to find out about none of those things. They want you to be ignorant and depend on them. If the book call unto you, you can get it. The paperback, $65, the hardcover, $99. And people are like, well, I ain't gonna pay $65 or $99 for this. Suit yourself. We got the $9.99, which is $10, the digital copy, but we always advise you to get a physical copy. A very small investment, 100 days of training, and you will be like our people. You will see things. You will travel out of this world. You will go to other world. You'll see things like, what the hell is this? There is a reason why they tell you everything is evil. Listen to your pastor. Listen to this. We'll show you. And stuff. Okay? It's a bunch of lies. We leave you with peace. We leave you with love. We say shalom. And of course, like we said, the video, the other video, it's in the back, but it's connected. Just make sure you folks go watch it. Go in peace.